Hello, everybody, and welcome to Spy Curious. This is episode 299. Really? Wow, that is a lot of episodes. We have been pumping them out, and I hope you've been enjoying them. As you can see, I am alone here today. Mike is in Melbourne doing RPL interviews. And he is very busy. He says hi. He loves being on Spy Curious and hates missing it, so you know he is busy if he misses it. Please make sure you say hi in the chat. I would love to hear from you. And it's going to be not the longest episode today, unless it blows out like the last time that I said it wasn't going to be long. So again, we've gotten hi, Amber, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Rose. Love all these women joining me. It's so nice to see so many women coming into this profession. It used to be a very male-dominated profession. Not that I'm complaining, but it's incredible to see lots of women coming through. Hi, Jai, welcome. Thank you. Hi, Bea, welcome. So we just had Investigations Uni, which is our student support and alumni program, which is free for all Australian Security Academy students, which just gives our students and alumni that extra bit of information, that extra little touch point, because our courses are 100% online and you work through them at your own pace. Having the live support with Investigations Uni every week is just something that we found really benefits our students, and it's perfect for alumni as well because it contributes to their continuous professional development. So it's really handy, and as I said, it's something we offer for free for our students, and we have a great time and great speakers. Today's was Andrew Baldock, who was talking about common law statement preparation, which was really good, a really in-depth look at how to do that. So it was perfect. Hi, Nanand, welcome. Thank you for joining me again. So today I just have my OSINT tip of the week, and we have a little bit of news and jobs that Mike has prepared for us earlier, which I had here. And as usual, I have lost it. Here we go. We've got vacancies here.
This week at the Australians.
Oh, we don't want to get jumping the gun there. So again, make the most of just having me by yourself, for yourself, without having a million other things from Mike. So if you have any questions for me in regards to OSINT, in regards to investigations, just type them in the chat and I will do my best to answer them. So in saying that, I will put up job vacancies now. So we'll see what jobs are out there at the moment.
Facebook page, Australian Private Investigator, Corporate and Government Investigation Jobs. If you're looking for an investigation role in Australia, this is where you got to go. So the Tasmanian Department of Justice are after workplace inspectors. They have multiple roles. So you'll need a diploma of workplace inspection for this job opportunity down in Tassie, and they're paying up to $92,764. Ernst Young are looking for vetting analysts throughout Australia, and these people, in this particular one here, is in Ballarat and the Central Highlands. So they're seeking people for vetting services of those going into the Defence Force for Australia or people immigrating to Australia. Wise Workplace down in Melbourne, where I am right now as you're watching this program, are seeking an office manager to undertake an office management role in Carlton. So that job opportunity is on our Private Investigator Facebook page. If you're looking for an entry-level role into investigations, nothing better than being in the engine room of office management for Wise Workplace down in Carlton in beautiful Melbourne. Workplace Integrity Investigators, there's 2 positions available here at the University of Melbourne. Told you last week, this is how one of the job roles I had as a licensed private investigator was actually doing that kind of work. The Royal Automobile Club of Western Australia is after a senior investigator over there. So great opportunity in WA with the RAC. Integrity investigators are wanted at Edith Cowan University in Perth, Western Australia, a bit of a Perth theme today. They're paying up to $138,384. It's a really big export of Australia, university education, and they want to ensure that it's done right over at Edith Cowan University in Western Australia. A lot of Australian Security Academy students who study Diploma of Security Risk Management go on to Edith Cowan. Quantum Corp are after a general insurance investigator down in Melbourne, so am I. If you're a general insurance investigator in Melbourne, get in touch with Quantum Corp or myself. We both have opportunities for you. This is the place to go to if you're looking for a role as a licensed private investigator.
Oh, that was great. Okay, so as you can see, there are a lot of jobs. There are a lot of diverse jobs out there. That's the amazing thing about investigations. There are so many different opportunities in so many different areas. So if you start off in surveillance and you decide it's not for you, you can look at factual, look at going in-house somewhere. So just feel your way through. If you're an Australian Security Academy student, there is so much support for you with all of the different areas that you can go into, especially through investigations in uni. So that is excellent. I am going to jump into my tip of the week. Now, I know I spoke about this. I don't know if I spoke about this at investigations uni or on this show, but I just wanted to reiterate it because a lot of people who aren't particularly tech savvy send me questions around using virtual machines. So for those of you who aren't sure what a virtual machine is, when you're conducting desktop investigations or skip tracing or open source intelligence, for operational security purposes, you need to really be careful about what links you click on and your footprint, and you don't want to give yourself away. So one of the best ways to make sure that you don't accidentally look at someone's Facebook page that you're investigating with your own Facebook, or make sure that your IP address is obfuscated, or that if you click on a link that has malware in it, you need to make sure you're protected. And one of the best ways to do that is through a virtual machine. Now, for those who are not tech savvy, there is another way to do this, and that is using Chasm. So Chasm is essentially you can use it for open source intelligence or desktop investigation, skip tracing. It's a browser that is not on your computer. It's essentially streamed through their servers. So you open the browser and it's open on their servers, on their computers, and it's streamed to your computer. So it's like right now I'm sitting on my computer and streaming myself to your computer, but you don't get my IP, you don't get any information in regards to the stream other than what is being streamed to you. So it's the same concept. So if you're using Chasm to browse, it will really protect you. So for people who aren't particularly tech savvy and you want an alternative to a virtual machine, Chasm is fantastic. I know a lot of people that use it. I have used it on and off over the years. I just like using virtual machines because I just have it kind of down pat now. It's just easy for me. But yeah, this is an incredible tool, and they have a lot there in regards to different tools, especially as you can see, that would be Linux Kali that they have there, which comes with a lot of open source intelligence tools already built in. So they have a lot of options. Go over and have a look. As you can see, that they've got demos there, and it really helps protect you. So with virtual machines and Chasm, for example, I'm only logging into Facebook as my sock puppets, as my sock puppet Gmail accounts or Yahoo accounts or Yandex accounts. I'm never logging in a VM with my own actual personal accounts. So there is no crossover. I can't accidentally look at someone else's Facebook account using my account. So keeping in mind the reason why that's a no-no is because if you're looking at someone's account, the way that the algorithm works with Facebook is that you'll pop up as a suggested friend in their suggested friends list. So I especially do not want to pop up as someone's suggested friends, because if they Googled Casey Pine, I would pop up on Spy Curious on as an investigator talking here or teaching there or working over there, and people automatically know that they're being investigated. And it's also important for you because sometimes we don't always know how dangerous the person is that we are investigating, or the state of their mental health. So it's really important that you just keep your name away from it. I've dealt with government workers such as policemen and firemen before who have been doing desktop investigations on people, and their name has popped up and they've copped a gobful from the person that they're investigating because they've seen their the suggested friend, and a lot of people are kind of cluey with that stuff, so they know that they've been looking into them. And like a really good example is that I am renting at the moment, and my real estate agent has popped up in my suggested friends list, which means she did a really good job and looked at my social media to see who I was, to see if I was a viable candidate. So, which is amazing. She should be doing that, but she should be using a sock puppet account. You really want to have that degree of separation from your work, and you don't want to accidentally, which I haven't heard in a while, but I've had plenty of people call me and go, oh my God, Casey, I've accidentally clicked like on someone's photo that I'm investigating and I'm using my own Facebook. And it's just like, no, just unlike it, and just kind of, yeah, then we go through steps of what to do in regards to that. So it's a tough one. You don't want to run that risk. You don't want to accidentally, sometimes we send emails with our sock puppet accounts as well. You don't want to accidentally send an email from your personal account to the person. Like it's just one of those things that it's best to have that degree of separation, because we get tired, we make mistakes, and you just really want to minimize any of those mistakes as much as possible. So yeah, use a VM or go check out Chasm. So this is a lot of people that are moving into open source intelligence are purely using this, and this is not free, whereas the VM that I use, VirtualBox, is free. But yeah, this is not free, but I don't think it's too expensive, and it's a really great alternative for those of you who would prefer something less technical. And you don't even have to use like Kali Linux. You can just stream a Google browser, which is just a clean browser, never been used before. So once you've done with your investigation, you shut it down, it wipes all of the information, it's gone. Like you don't have to worry about it. So it's really handy there. And we also have, so again, if you have any questions, chuck them in the comments. We have a news video from Mike that I will bring up now.
In investigations news this week, over on LinkedIn, Richard Hoskins, who's some kind of consumer advocate in New South Wales, has accused WorkSafe New South Wales of conducting unlimited surveillance on people claiming workers' compensation, and he put up a photo of multiple cameras, dash cams in his article. You can see that over on LinkedIn. It's a bit of fun to see what's happened over there. In Tasmania this week, a man had his leg amputated during a complex rescue on the Franklin River. Now what had happened was he was kayaking and he slipped and his leg became stuck in rocks and they couldn't get him back out. He was in the cold, freezing cold water for 18 hours and they had to make the difficult decision to amputate his leg in the wilderness to save his life and save him from freezing to death. So there's going to be a big public liability claim coming out of that. You can watch that in the future. In Queensland, a lawyer who's disgraced from his association with a law firm a few years back is defending a case where he's accused of being intoxicated while in court. So that's going to be an interesting one to follow.
Okay, excellent. So that, wow, you can only imagine that decision with the case of the whitewater rafting in Tassie where he got stuck. The decision to amputate a leg in the water would have been incredibly difficult. They had the jaws of life there. They spent, like, not that it matters the money, but they spent a lot of money attempting to get him out. And then that decision to amputate a leg in water would be incredibly difficult. So that's just such a sad and just so unlucky. But as Mike said, that there will be, I'm sure, a case coming out of that. So it would be interesting to see in the future what possibly comes out of that. Also, our new coercive control domestic violence module is up and live in your Certificate 3 in Investigative Services. So if you are currently a student, it is there ready for you to have a look through, which if you joined us in Investigations Uni, we did quite a deep dive. It doesn't go into that amount of detail as I spoke about the law and the different laws through the different states, specifically New South Wales, because they're the only ones that currently have the coercive control law in place in Australia. Because the laws change so often, we will just be updating that through Investigations Uni and putting it in that segment. So if you've already watched that, awesome, but it is there. We really do not want to be used as licensed professionals in cases when it comes to domestic violence or coercive control. And this new module will show you how to navigate that as someone that, if you freshly have your license and you've got your nice little website up or you're advertising on LinkedIn, and you get someone come through, the story just doesn't add up, or they seem a bit too pushy, or they want the case done yesterday. There's just so many red flags that you need to look out for, and this new module will walk you through your risk assessment, what you should have in your client intake form, what questions you should be asking them before you even send them a client intake form, because this is your business, this is your livelihood, this is your reputation, and you do not want these time wasters coming along and ruining all of that for you. So put these in place. It is so important. And aside from the fact that we want to protect ourselves as professionals and it's our livelihood, we want to protect the greater population as well. We certainly do not want to contribute to any types of domestic violence. Investigators are, as I have said a million times, licensed professionals who we have a strong code of ethics, which is really important, because just as much as investigations can be used for good, it can also be used for evil. So we have to be really careful there with who we take jobs from, and having that really good sound base where you know where you stand on these types of issues, then you just go, no, it's a no straight away. And they will go, oh no, I'll pay you double. I will pay you $5,000 to do this 10-minute look into this person. It's a no. It is a no. There is not all the money in the world that could make me find an ex-partner for someone. It's just blood on your hands if you take those kinds of things. And it's just, and it happens a lot. So it's really important for people to be wary of it. So awesome. Thanks, Joyce. So yeah, we're really, I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy that it's there. There's no way that, even though it's always been there in our course, but it doesn't specifically deal with coercive control given the new language around it, given the new laws that are coming out. And as we spoke to the fact that even the people that created the laws in New South Wales, the professors, the lawmakers, it's really new and it's really hard. And the elements of the offence are vastly different to what we're used to. It's not an act. You can't point at one specific thing and go, that's coercive control. It's a pattern of behavior. So it was a really fun investigations uni. So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you check your email to have a look at that, because we go into the elements of the offence and the laws there. Queens, so they came into effect on July 1st this year in New South Wales. Next year, 2025, Queensland will be looking at bringing theirs in, and the other states are essentially just looking at New South Wales and Queensland to make decisions on where they will go. So it is an important step in combating domestic violence in Australia. So, and that is everything I have today. Thank you so much for joining me for this short and sharp episode. So don't forget, we have Chasm. Even just go and have a look at the website, go and launch the demo. It's just so much easier for those of us that aren't tech savvy just to stream a browser to our computer, and then we can shut it down and everything's gone. We don't have to worry that there's any information leakage from our side. Our job is to find information leakage on other people. We don't want to leak our own. So it's a really fantastic tool to help protect yourself when doing online investigations. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back next week with Mike, who will be back, I believe. Oh, thanks, Joyce. You too. And yeah, I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. And yeah, I hope you get some time off. We work really hard as investigators. So thank you for joining me, and I will catch you all next week. Have a great weekend.